92nd in Nashville, formerly 33rd in Emerald, with the same old fantasy football talk. 12 degenerates from Oak Lawn compete to be the champion. Who's going to win? Who's going to lose? Who's this man? Find out this week on the Fantasy Lounge with your host, Randy Hansen. And Mike Prada.
As a gym coach, he was a natural. Muscle!
Here's this week's edition of the Fantasy Lounge.
And we are live in the Fantasy Lounge, and you gotta give a shout out right off the bat to Dave Stewart with a new Fantasy Lounge intro.
I didn't even hear it yet. We just played it through, just pretty live, and actually Dave did a great job. Got a shout out to Dave. No, me and Dave are not on the hottest of terms right now, but you know what, Dave? He always surprises you when you least expect it.
This is a great intro, probably his best one yet. He keeps getting better, and we appreciate his contributions to the lounge.
Like, you can really see how these classes are paying off. Like, when he started, hot mess. You know, like a dumpster fire. But his audio and visual,
his add-ins with the sound have been great. I mean, really some legit, high-quality stuff.
It's good to see that it's putting into work.
Now,
let's get into it. Week 8, Mr. Trotta.
Yes, none up or shut up time for a lot of people in the league that are kind of just hanging around, hoping to maybe scratch and sniff the playoff picture. And you know what? This week started off crazy. A little manic Monday in the Hansen household. A lot of wheeling and dealing going on. And let's just give some of the viewers some insight of what went down on Monday at your house.
It was pretty much like Oprah. That's why I tweeted out for League. It was like Oprah. Like, everyone came in for the show, watching the World Series, and everyone starts looking on their seats. Who's getting trades? You're getting a trade. You're getting a trade. Everyone's getting trades. The topics was unreal. I've never been a part of something so chaotic, and at the same time, it was unimaginable.
So let's give the viewers at home a little timeline on what kind of happened. It all kind of started on Sunday when I knew Matt Gallagher was hurting about Allen Robinson, so I wanted to pounce real quick. I texted him, hey, let's talk Allen Robinson on Sunday. Gallagher wants to move Allen Robinson. I understand that. Now, let's flash forward to Monday. I get a text from Waldo. Keep in mind, I'm already kind of negotiating with Gallagher a trade that would send Doug Baldwin, Ajayi, Travis Benjamin for Allen Robinson, and somebody else. I don't really remember. But I'm already kind of ready to go. And then I get a text from Waldo saying, yo, G, I got a trade in place right now. Cole Beasley and Mark Ingram from C.J. Anderson and Allen Robinson.
Let me walk you through the timeline. The World Series game started at 7:30. This was on Tuesday, not Monday. This was a little manic.
It was Monday.
Manic Tuesday.
No, because they were off on Wednesday.
Because I was off Monday.
Yeah, so it was Monday.
It was Tuesday because I had work, and it was the World Series game. Started Tuesday.
Okay.
All right.
Really?
And I'm looking at the thing.
Okay, because they were off Thursday. That's right. Okay.
Just like, so Manic Tuesday. A little taco Tuesday.
A little testy Tuesday.
Yeah,
testy.
Yeah. Started off at 6:11 p.m. on Tuesday. All right. Mark Ingram, Cole Beasley traded for Allen Robinson, C.J. Anderson.
Now keep in mind, I had a trade in place, signed, sealed, delivered to get Allen Robinson, and Gallagher backs out on me. Okay.
And you're gonna hear here first because a lot of words were exchanged after this trade. Believe it or not, I do think Gallagher got the better deal.
Well, because C.J. Anderson got hurt.
I know, but did he know something we didn't? Is Gallagher smarter than we thought he was?
Maybe, but let's keep in mind. Let's see what Cole Beasley does tonight.
Cole Beasley's fucking awful. Like, stop, Matt. Stop comparing Cole Beasley to like the second coming of Wes Welker. Like, it was his love for Cole Beasley was almost borderline gay. Just big homo.
He's been very solid. He had that big week. I think last week he put up 25 or whatever 2 weeks ago. I know, I get it. He's been solid and he's gonna get you catches. But let's just stop all the hoopla. Oh, yeah, Cole Beasley's better than Allen Robinson. For whatever reason, Allen Robinson's not put together. I get it. But the upside on Allen Robinson is enormous compared to Cole Beasley. It's not even close.
All right, so going through the timeline, that was at 6:11.
Now, keep in mind, now Mike Trotta is extremely bitter, jaded, and angry, so I got to make a move. All of a sudden, I hear in passing a conversation Lath is having with someone at your house about how Ryan was trying to get Hopkins. So that perked my ears up a lot. And you know what? I'm interested in DeAndre Hopkins now. So keep in mind, I'm sitting on the couch. Lath's sitting on another couch. Me and him are shooting text messages back and forth. We got something cooking in the works.
But while that's going on, Lake's a little double dealing, double dipping the sausage.
Double dipperoo.
He trades Pierre Garçon and Anunya for Jackson and Johnson?
Duke Johnson.
Duke Johnson.
Yes. Now, Lath's thing was he needs a running back this week. So his plan was to get Chris Thompson off waivers.
Shut the fuck up.
Once he did that, then we could start talking a little Hopkins here. So Duke Johnson comes over to Lath's team, but not for long. All right? Here's the thing. When you trade, you got to give, you got to take. I really want Hopkins. I'm high on Hopkins. I think Hopkins have a big week. So I'm willing. All right. I can't play Ajayi this week, so we're talking back and forth. The sweetener in the deal was Jay Ajayi. So I ended up moving. Where did I move?
The trade then goes. That trade was at
Delaney.
9/17, 9/18. A trade goes. Edelman, Delaney Walker,
Edelman.
Kenny Britt,
Ajayi. I got to swing the pot with the Ajayi. I didn't want to give up Britt, but whatever. He was on bye this week. And after what Case Keenum did last week, I just couldn't. I can't watch another Rams game. And so I ended up getting the guy I want, the guy that I think is going to have a huge second half of the season, DeAndre Hopkins. And I also get Zach Miller, who's a top 6 tight end in fantasy. I give up Delaney, I get it, but you got give and take. And also, I get 2 running backs that I could potentially start this week, which I needed, was Duke Johnson and Theo Riddick.
That was the gist of the trades going on that day.
We're still not done.
So, but there's different trades throughout the week. But that was the last trade of that day.
That was the last trade of the day. Now, keep in mind, I still want Allen Robinson. So I'm pushing hard at Waldo to get me some Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson also has some interest in Dave Steuben's camp. Long story short is, Dave Steuben unwilling to give up Matt Ryan in order to get Allen Robinson. I'm unwilling to trade Doug Baldwin to get Allen Robinson. So basically, and Waldo unwilling to trade James White in any potential deal, which basically negated all Allen Robinson talks for the night.
I know. I offered Jordy straight up Allen Robinson.
Also, a Jordy for DeAndre Hopkins. Jordy Jonathan Stewart for DeAndre Hopkins trade was proposed. I did not accept.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, think about how it was like a war room in here. We're supposed to be watching a World Series game, and all we're doing is back deal and get some trades done, because you know what? This is the sold out touchdown league.
Oh, absolutely.
And we are fired up.
And to top it off, not only are we talking about it, people are backdoor sliding your DM, texting each other what they really think. A lot of talking on both sides of the mouth going on in Sold Out TD's league. But the main thing for me was, did you think it was the alcohol that added fuel to the fire? Was it that, or was it just perfect timing? Like the stars aligned, everyone in the league's here, just getting something done.
Just get something done. I think people are frustrated. They want to make a move. Here's the thing, and I think too. I think I set the tone this year, myself and Waldo, with that big trade. Because the Sold Out Touchdown League is notorious for never doing big deals, right? Always these little deals that help out a little bit. Wide receiver 3 for RB2, stuff like that. I think the deal when I sent OBJ for Alshon and that whole deal kind of set the tone, and I think it basically gave everybody the green light to make a major deal. Right? Could you think of any year that has a bigger trades than this year in Sold Out Touchdown League?
I've never been a part, especially as a commissioner, of something just so epic. This entire season has been nothing short than fantastic.
It's been and all else, it's made things interesting, right?
I think people, as this league evolves and the people are getting better and getting better at the concept of fantasy football, people will not stand by with the people if they're not performing. This is put up or shut up kind of league, and if you're not doing the job, we're willing to go out and get someone that will.
Exactly. Right now, we're fired up.
And that's not even. And then top it off, we have a trade later on this week. We have
Devontae Adams for
Devontae Adams for
Derek
Carr.
Why not? Now, speaking of put up or shut up, there's been some great players in fantasy this year, and we got to decide right now if they're legit or they need to quit. And what do we mean by that is, are they going to start falling off, right? They had their run, and all of a sudden now their work performance is going to suffer. And so let's just kick it off a little bit. Legit or quit, give us a name and tell us what you think.
I'm going to the wide receiver position. First off, going T.Y. Hilton. Right now, he's a top 5 wide receiver in the league. He has 137.2 points in the league. Do you see T.Y. going forward as a top 5 wide receiver?
Top 10 for sure.
Top 10, I do not see him in the top 5. I think he kind of whittles out, but he's been killing, man, as long as he stays healthy.
The key is Andrew Luck stays healthy, right? Andrew Luck, he stays healthy. He gets somewhat protection. Ty is not just like doing it like 10 catches for 100 yards. He's going for like 6 catches, 140 and a tutty. Like he is getting it in. I think you could say a lot about Lewis's team, but he definitely hit on T.Y. Hilton. Top 5 steal of the draft. I believe he got him in the 4th round. You can't deny T.Y.'s productivity. T.Y.'s legit, and he's here to stay. I'm going to kick it off with a little legit myself. I'm going Ty Montgomery. Past 2 weeks, he's put up a 40 combined. Andy likes him a lot. I don't blame him. And the thing is, he's a running back, and he gets some carries, but he's just getting a ton of dump-offs. They're putting him in the slot. He's doing a lot of different things. Now, what I really like about him is that last week, 9 carries for 60 yards. He's getting touches in the backfield. And so that opens up to screens. That opens up to a lot of different things. I think Ty Montgomery, going forward, is a legit fantasy play in 2016. And I think it takes away a little from Cobb, a little from Jordy, a little from Devontae Adams, because it's obvious that Aaron Rodgers feels comfortable with Ty Montgomery. Now, someone that I'm not too sure about, and I get it, he's had 2 monster weeks. I'm talking about Jay Ajayi here. I just don't know if you could trust this man going forward. Adam Gase is already on the record that said they need to dial back his production a little bit, his volume. Listen, he's had 2 great weeks, no doubt about it. Back-to-back 200-yard games. He's got a bye this week, and then he's got the Jets, San Diego, the Rams, San Francisco, and Baltimore. So basically every other week he's got a cushy matchup. I just don't think that Jay Ajayi moving forward is going to be consistent enough to play as a running back one.
He's the first running back in NFL history. It's only happened 5 times where back-to-back weeks he rushes for over 200 yards. That same production is not going to be there, but he's still a viable option. I want to go back to Ty Montgomery when you were talking about before. Overhearing, we've had some issues with some of our league mates today, but Ty Montgomery could possibly be the most unique tool in fantasy football history, especially when you can play him at the wide receiver position, you can play him at the running back position as of right now. Technically, he's playing 60 snaps at the running back position so far this league. So it's interesting to see what Yahoo does going forward. Usually they do at the beginning of the year, whatever your drafted is, for that remainder of the year, and unless something drastic happens, this little commissioner's note, they keep the same characteristics. So he came out as wide receiver. They can add running back, but they cannot take wide receiver away from him. That is going forward. It's interesting to see what they do. I've never seen a fantasy where they've changed it. So now Davis is going to be part of the offense. James Stark's got to be part of the offense eventually. I just don't see Montgomery getting that much. They're going to kill him. He's like playing. It's like in high school when he's playing both offense and defense, and he's on special teams. Like, you got to give the guy a break.
I guess.
Especially he's not used to it being used such a high volume.
If you watched the Packers last week, they also put Cobb in the backfield. It's not like he's just running the ball. He only ran the ball 9 times last week, for 60 yards. So they use him in spurts. I think it's more just him coming out of the backfield, which Rodgers likes. And also Rodgers threw the ball like 80 times last week, just an enormous amount of times. I think it's fine. I think this could be huge for Andy. It could be his own little flex player if that happens. And if he gets maybe 5-6 more rushing attempts this week, I like that.
Yeah, that's true. The Bears did use probably 4 guys, their DBs they bought from Rent-A-Center down the block, they were moving couches prior to playing for the Bears.
I'm interested. Let's get another guy here.
Christian Michael for me, right now is a top 15 back. It's about time Christian Michael. We've been hearing about for years how Christian Michael has the talent, and you could see he passed the eye test. He just never put forward the numbers when he got the opportunity. Now Rawls still out. He's been a top 15 back in a solid play each week. Still a draft almost for Channel, and I believe in the 13th round. But going forward with Rawls coming back, it's interesting to see. Rawls is about 2 weeks out. It's interesting to see how that running back dynamic is going to be going forward. If Christian Michael is going to be that solid, let's say late, solid low round RB1, RB2.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see his production going down. It could have hurt him down the stretch, right? It could have. I think Seymour has him, right?
Thomas Rawls, has.
Yeah, and he also has Christian Michael.
No.
Yeah, I'm
probably trade for him, right?
Yeah. I mean, that could come back to haunt him down the road if Rawls gets healthy. It was a backfield, but it's hard to play both people in the same backfield. Now, I'm talking a little Melvin Gordon here. I'm quitting on Melvin Gordon a little bit. Here's why. First of all, he's been extremely consistent. He's the third best fantasy running back, no doubt about that. He's been getting a lot of touchdowns. Only has one game under 10 points. Impressive, right? Next 2 weeks, Denver and then Tennessee, two stout rushing defenses. And I just don't see him when Dave Steuben needs him the most. I think he quits on Dave Steuben's team a little bit, and it's going to hurt him.
It's what's the word for that? Karma. I like Melvin Gordon. The thing for me is, if you watched, I don't think the Chargers are really that bad.
He's had some bad losses, though.
They're in every game, and their offense is always producing. So that's where I think Melvin Gordon is still going to be, at the end, when it comes down to it, the top tier of the running back position going forward. Especially when there's no one else in that backfield pushing him. It's just him. As long as he's.
I'm taking the perspective on that Melvin Gordon needs to be great for Dave in order for Dave to make the playoffs, to have a shot. I just don't see it happening in these next 2 weeks, so he quits on Dave's team. That's fine.
So I don't see Dave making the playoffs, period. But
well, he's 2-5, right? Let's not rule him out, right? We're going to get to that later, okay?
Last guy, are you done with your list?
I got one more I want to talk about.
Oh, okay. My guy is Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan right now is the #1 fantasy player in our league. #1. Not just quarterbacks, #1, period. Matt Ryan's killing. Do I think Matt Ryan at the end of the year is going to be in the top 5 highest scoring fantasy players? No.
I don't think so either. Notorious fader, too.
He always, I think Matt Ryan's might be one of the most overrated players. He never catches any flack. I just never understood that. The guy's been in the playoff, twice?
I'm not
Lost
sure.
Both rounds, first round?
He went to the NFC Championship game 1 year.
Yeah, it was his first year, right?
No.
Second year?
No, recently. He lost to Seattle.
Oh, okay.
But he also made the playoffs the first year, so he's kind of
he never catches any flack. The last 2 years, he's throwing up duds.
Yeah, last year was his worst year. Let's just get that out.
Yeah. Tevin Coleman's kind of wearing down, and Devontae Freeman, they're both having some injury concerns.
Yeah.
The main thing that's making Matt Ryan so good, I believe, is their defense is playing unreal, and I just do not see that going forward.
Yeah, I mean, if you call giving up 33 points to San Diego unreal.
The way their defense was last year, their defense might as well have been New Orleans.
No, I get it. They're better, but I mean, they got.
They're sustainable. They're making plays.
They're making plays. They got the Packers this week. That's another terrible matchup that I, of course, get the brunt of. Now, my last guy, Mike Wallace, resurrected from the dead. He was in Minnesota for a little bit. He was in Miami. Where was Mike Wallace? All of a sudden, Baltimore found himself a gem. 15th best fantasy wide receiver this year. Averages about 17 points a game.
Guy's bringing it, man. He's just
Joe Flacco's loving him. I think Mike Wallace is legit for sure. Wide receiver 2, but I'm talking an amazing wide receiver 3. Right? If you could plug in Mike Wallace every day as your wide receiver 3, you're feeling good about yourself.
Absolutely. Mike Wallace, as we always known since back in the steroid days, the talent's there. It's only a question of is his head in the game. And this year he looks motivated and potentially a huge player coming down at the end of when we're dwindling down to playoff time.
Yeah, game changer. All right, that's a little legit or quit, and we'll see if our predictions end up quitting on their team or not. I like some of the guys I said, but I really just don't like moving forward Ajayi and also Melbourne for the next couple weeks. Right? Now, it's been an interesting year in the sold out touchdowns league, and specifically, I'm talking about the cream of the crop at the top and the dirt on the bottom. And so we're talking a little 6 feet under, specifically targeting the under 500 teams in our league, and which ones are kind of, dead and gone here. So let's kick it off, right? We got 3, 3, and 4 teams.
Can we just kick it off with the worst team in our league?
Sure.
Let's just kick it off with Lewis.
Let's just talk Lewis real quick.
Wow. At least you bought pizzas for us last week. That was a solid Lewis. Good job. But Lewis has been, what would be the word? A fantasy ghost, would it be?
Past 2 years,
a fantasy no-show.
Good
just
run.
has not been a good outing. And I believe the midnight shift, ever since it got switched to it, has its plus and minuses for fantasy. You're really active during the waiver wire, but you're not getting the news that you need during the day while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
So maybe that is beneficiary.
It's kind of how the mighty have fallen. Lewis is revered as one of our best fantasy players the past 2 years. Not so much. Look, he stumbled into some bad luck. I will say that with some of his injuries. I don't know. It's just 1 and 6. Like Lewis is in the ground. You might as well start throwing the dirt on him because he's not getting up, right?
Yeah, I threw my flower.
Yeah, light a candle vigil, right?
Yeah.
Now we have 3, 2, and 5 teams, myself included. Not too happy about it. Lend a helping hand. Pull me up. Does anybody in this group has a shot making playoffs?
The 3 and 4 teams?
No, the 3, 2, and 5 teams.
The 3, 2, and 5
and myself. Give a helping hand to one of them.
Mike, man. Well, let's just give a shout out to Mike. He lost last week, and he decided to come on the podcast yet again and not take a 2-week hiatus. Yeah, Mike, you could wheel and deal all you want. I'm never saying never, but you have a long stride to get up. Not only you have potentially, as of right now, if I'm reading this, you have potentially to jump. Let's say you're at 9.
I'm at 9.
Jump 4 people.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a shot.
And you have to jump 4 people, but there's other
Points,
but there's
too.
there's points and
Division.
there's 2 other people that are 2 and 5 as well.
I know it's a long shot. I play Simo this week, so Simo might theoretically,
Could Simo put the nail in the coffin?
I'm thinking so. Look at Waldo. Didn't do himself any favors this week. Not starting Bortles. Also, Aaron Robinson gave him a 13, which is passable.
Let's just rewind real. When we talk about Waldo, we'll talk about that.
Steuben. Look, I think Steuben.
Checked out.
I think Steuben's checked out. I get it, he's wheeling and dealing. He makes a nice move to get Derek Carr. A nice upgrade.
He traded.
He traded Derek Carr, gets Devontae Adams. He made a decent move.
Like that.
We'll see. He needs his running backs to kill this week, and I just don't. Because every team right here that's 2 and 5 needs to win every week, and I just don't. I don't see this week Steuben pulling it out. So I think Dave, it's not looking too good for you.
Yep, another year of just being ultimately abysmal, Dave. Yeah, I don't think Dave's like the least of my worries, even though he beat me in one of my losses, but we're handing him out. Let's just go back real quick. What was the mindset behind changing the name from the Fantasy Blues?
Oh, I changed the name Fantasy Blues to Brock'em Sock'em Robots. Just getting a new feel. The Fantasy Blues, it's been a great name for me for the past 3 years, but it has such a negative feel to it, right? And I'm really trying to shed a positive mindset now, right?
New week,
A
new you?
little optimism, right? I'm starting Brock Osweiler, and I'm feeling good about it. At least that's what I'm telling myself.
Absolutely. Can we just run it back to talk how bad we were ripping Brock Osweiler last week?
Going in on Brock.
Going in on what changed after watching him to now you want to start him?
DeAndre Hopkins on my team is what changed my mindset.
So if you're gonna go down here, guns blazing.
I already told Simo, here's the thing. I'm going guns blazing. I'm going all out. I'm throwing all the darts at the board, and hopefully this week it pays off. He's playing Detroit. I'm gonna get into it, but he's playing Detroit. I like that matchup. No,
absolutely. For you, I'm gonna break down what I thought about your team is. The violins are playing on the Titanic, and that bitch is going down. Let's move on.
Now a little bit more hope, right? We have 3, 3, and 4 teams: Lath, Andy, and Channel. Out of the 3, obviously Channel's team looks great right now.
Who do you want to break down first, Channel?
I like Channel. I mean, you can't say enough about his running backs.
Yeah, I think Channel out of these 3 have the brightest future, especially with.
He's getting a lot of production from Mike Wallace and Tyrell Williams, which has been nice.
I'm sorry, my phone's lagging. Yeah, like I was saying before,
also Breeze
he has Freeman and Le'Veon Bell, which is huge going forward. Those are steady staples for a team. My main concern with him is Ty Williams or whatever his name is. Tyrell Williams. Does he continue to play well going forward?
Well, I think Benjamin's in the doghouse. Gates is, put out to pasture. Dontrell Inman is not really doing that much. So, I mean, yes, I think so. I think he's legit the number 1, not even close. And so, he's going to get probably 13, 14 points a game.
Yeah, but that's his wide receiver 4. So, Channel's sitting pretty right now.
You got to feel good about Channel's team.
But he can't, especially with the switch off between Drew Brees and James Winston each week.
Brees gave him a big time week last week, which was nice. And on the road, he usually doesn't play well. He drops a 30-burger on Kansas City. What happened to you, Chiefs defense? I think Channel's team right now is like the 3rd best team in the league. Like right now, like throw the records aside. Like I give me Channel's lineup. I'll take Channel's lineup over a lot of people's lineup right now. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion.
Interesting.
Now, let's talk about Andy, the spot start king. Be careful what you wish for, Andy. It's like, live by the 3, die by the 3. Live by the spot start, get burned by the spot start. Granted, Andy has a knack for playing the right players. But it's just a tough way to go throughout a season just to keep rolling the dice. And I think eventually it's going to come back to haunt him and burn him. Not having that consistency in the lineup.
Absolutely. But at the same time, his team has been depleted by injuries. So that's his only option. So I got to tip my hat to Andy. I'll tip it right now for you, kid. I got to tip my hat because you've been on it, man. Like, you haven't let injuries derail your season. You kept looking forward and kept making the pickups and ad drops you needed. But is it sustainable for a full season? That's yet to be seen. I do not believe so.
This is a big time week. You got Lath going against Andy. This is a huge game for both of you guys. Lath gets a nice boost from DeMarco, and Delaney got him 11, which was nice for him.
A question real quick. When Lath's looking at his team, does he have 2 eyes yet or just 1?
I don't know. Hopefully 2, because he needs all the help he gets. Man, Lath's got some tough matchups this week. I don't know. I think Andy might pull this one off, and that could be a big loss for Lath going 3-5 in that division.
That would be 4 in a row for Lath.
Yeah, and so Lath's not feeling too good. Now, I think all 3 of them have a shot to make the playoffs, but you're basically fighting for 1 roster spot, right? Or 1 playoff spot right now. So it's going to be a dogfight.
Absolutely.
And so hopefully I pull the upset beat Seattle this week.
Okay.
Woo! All right.
We didn't really break down Wally's team, did we?
No, we did not. Wally's not too happy with his team right now, and
is that just like the gist? Like everyone just forgets about Wally's team because it's irrelevant. This time, the kid can make as many trades as he wants, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that C.J. Anderson injury was kind of.
I think Gallagher pretty much pissed on his grave.
Pretty much, spin on it.
Like the nail in the coffin for Wally's team was at the hands of someone of Jewish descent. Probably the grimiest way Waldo can go out.
Yeah, and what's crazy? Like Blake Bortles puts up a 40. And probably the biggest garbage 40 I've ever seen in my life.
Blake Bortles, I told you last week, he's the best fantasy worst real quarterback in the NFL.
It's terrible. And again, Allen Robinson gets you at 13, which doesn't kill you, but you're hoping for something else, right?
Can I just throw this out about Blake Bortles because you brought it up again? If RG3, this is totally different. If RG3 had the rope, you could say, or that Blake Bortles has, where he doesn't have to worry about any backup, RG3 could have been doing the same thing. Blake Bortles is effing garbage.
It's horrible. He's horrible.
I'm looking at numbers. How do you put up a 40? He scored 17 points.
He puts up 40 because he threw the ball 50 times, threw for 300-some yards, threw 3 touchdowns. Or no, he didn't. Threw 2 touchdowns. I don't get that. That's an indictment on the quarterback scoring system, if anything, in our league. Might be something to look at. No. That's a little 6 feet under. And, people, there's a lot of teams that right now they don't feel too good. And you might throw yourself in Matt Gallagher in that as well, who's 5-2, who might not feel too good about his team. All right? Now.
I'm nipping at his heels.
You got more points than him.
I know, nipping.
All right, now let's go to everybody's favorite segment because it's my segment. I'm talking a little pop-off, drop-off.
Hang on, real quick. I didn't even notice. Gallagher's got Devontae Booker, or
yeah.
Like, does that even worse for Waldo?
That makes it's just salt on the wound.
It's like, hey, pretty much, I traded you garbage, got your guy, and I got both your starters now.
Yeah, pretty much.
But the thing is, he still got Cole Beasley, so
we'll see how that plays. Now, again, a little pop-off drop-off. This is a little combo in the pop-off, just because I'm feeling so confident. Yes, last week it was a big swing and a miss for me, right? Alan Hearns,
he killed.
Not this week, last week.
Huh.
But I was a little 1
week away.
1 week early on the Hearns thing. Le'Veon Bell, he had a good week like he always does. I was just hoping, right? Wishful thinking. No. A little pop-off, drop-off. I'm going a little combo, a little Brock Hopkins connection. A little pop-off.
Is this for you or is this for the league?
This is for the league, right?
Ugh.
They're playing a Detroit defense who has not been good against the pass. Let's just go through this. Luck, 47 points. Mariota, 22 points. Aaron Rodgers, 36. Hoyer, 26. Carson Wentz, 22. Case Keenum, 37 points. Kirk Cousins, 26 points. Not one game have they held a fantasy quarterback to under 22 points. Also, keep in mind, the last 5 games, Texans played New England, Tennessee, Denver, and they played another really good defense. So his numbers haven't been good because of the competition. I predict that Brock Osweiler and DeAndre Hopkins combined give me over 60. Hopkins gets in the end zone, goes for over 100 yards for sure, 7 catches, over 100 yards in a tutty. Brock Osweiler's throwing 3 touchdowns, and they alone might propel me to an upset win of epic proportions.
That is great. Can we put a bet on that? Is there?
I already got a bet that DeAndre Hopkins is going to score 25 with Waldo.
Can we put like a 6-pack bet on if they're not scoring over 30?
I think Osweiler's going over.
I mean, together they're not scoring over 60.
Yeah, that's bold, right? It's a bold prediction.
See, this is the kind of try to move. He says something preposterous. When you ask him to put something behind it besides just his words, he will not.
I will do it. How about 55? 55 points combined.
Give me 58.5.
Let's do it. 6-pack. All right. Now, my drop-off. Marvin Jones, you've been great all year. Don't get me wrong. I love your game. But they're playing a Texans defense that has been really good. In fact, they have only had one receiver go for over 16 fantasy points in a game against them, and that was Andy Thielen. Right? Only one. And Marvin Jones, you're projected, mid-teens. I predict probably under a 10 for Marvin Jones this week, and it might come back to haunt Gallagher this week. So Marvin Jones drops off in a decent way, right? And then I got my combo with Osweiler and Hopkins popping off. That's a little pop-off, drop-off from your main man, Mikey Mack, right? Now, again, let's talk about probably one of the most anticipated, controversial segments in the Fantasy Lounge, something that we've become known for. I'm getting people off the street stopping me, asking me about the Commissioner's Corner, who's in the doghouse this week, right?
It's officially October 28th, 2016. This is Week 8 Commissioner's Corner. This week, keep it kind of basic. You know who asked, first off, who asked to be in the Commissioner's Corner? Hey, when am I going to be in there? Gallagher. Don't worry, Matt. Your time's coming, buddy. We'll wait. But this week's got to go to another for Brian Oldenburg. God, man. Here's some of the trades Ryan sent out requests to. Ryan sends me Julio for AB. I reply back in a text, interested. He said, okay, but need RB2. End of conversation. Moving forward, Ryan will text, what do you say, Baldwin and Riddick for Blunt and Deion Lewis. Okay, Ryan. Then he has the audacity to send Golden Tate and Steve Smith
for Nunwa and Hopkins.
For Nunwa and Hopkins. Not just Hopkins, throw in a Nunwa as well. Then I hear through the grapevine, don't worry, the commissioner's always got his ear to the ground, listening to everything within the league. Ryan has the audacity to say, no one will do a fair trade in this league. Is that not the words he said?
I don't want to quote him, but that's what I heard.
No one's willing to do a fair trade. Ryan, your trade requests are absolutely dog shit. I have nothing else to say about that. Like, I understand if you were feeling a little salty, that you weren't around. Probably one of the most epic nights in league history.
That Tuesday night, yeah.
And I understand he's feeling salty, but don't try to interject yourself into the cool kid group. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not a part of it, we'll invite you.
Yeah.
And don't send these trades that are just unreal.
Yeah.
You gotta be willing to give up something, right? The thing in the past is he's been able to rape people before.
Yeah.
But the raping is over. You can't be grabbing people by the pussy anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That being said, I know we're gonna throw a little. It was a little quick. The commissioner's corner, because nothing's really happened that's been over the line, you could say.
Yeah.
Besides one person, his day's coming.
Yeah.
But the other person he's like the sneaky guy. He's like that 4-year-old that's like peeping on little girls and shit like that.
Yeah.
Sliding your DM is Lewis. Lewis won't even text you anything. You'll just like wake up and look at your phone, and he'll just be in your like DM. Here's a trade. Like nothing behind it. Hasn't talked to you in weeks. Doesn't even know if he has a cell phone option. And he'll just be in there like pending transaction. I'm like, who the hell is this? What did I do? I look, it's Lewis.
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole trading, the whole thing with the trades, I think, I pride myself on negotiating. That's what you got to do, right? You got to give something up to get something. You can't just always take, right? And I think people get frustrated when, they throw in a trade and it really doesn't make sense. And they get mad because they think that you're being unreasonable. Right? Come on, let's work with each other, right? Let's make a trade that is gonna help each other, right? Let's not just try and.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that no one is off the table. If you name the right price,
Yeah, interesting.
Things can get done.
All right, we got an interesting segment, interesting show with some interesting segments. 38 minutes for you, the runtime.
Oh, week 8, it's
a big
do or
week.
die time for a lot of people right now.
It's a big week, a lot of things going on, some big time matchups. And remember, check out the Sold Out Touchdowns League Twitter handle. Always some great stuff.
Great insight.
Keeps you informed of what's going on and people's mindsets and like what they're going through in the moments.
Oh, absolutely.
Capture the mood of a lot of people in the league. Anything else, Commissioner?
Before next time, the World Series will be over by that time, hopefully.
Yeah.
And let's just hope for some of our league mates that it'll be 109 years that the Cubs have won a World Series.
So we'll see. I don't want to jinx it, but down 2-1 Cubs, but we'll see. Remember, it's never too late to come relax at the lounge. Take care, y'all.
Always remember, 92nd and Nashville. Sunday nights. Sunday days. Sundays are for the boys.